Okay, welcome to Banishing 101. I am here to. After I fix this color real quick, I'm here to talk about how banishing, obviously. What is banishing, that you may ask? Well, it's cleansing or getting rid of any negative or harmful spirit. There are 10 levels that will be named as we go on, but we only have 5 that is named here, just so you can get used to these basic 5 levels. These basic 5 levels you're going to encounter the most often. 1 is a lower rank, 5 is a middle rank. Keep these in mind. If you don't know how to get rid of a lower rank, you're not going to be able to get a higher rank or a middle rank. Take down. So keep this in mind. An example of this actually is I had to cleanse an entire land, and recently, it's pretty soon. It needed to cleanse because demonic activity was going on there with a cult. So I cleansed it, and recently I went back there and found a child spirit. So I brought that spirit home after work, and I let him follow me during work, hearken, and I just I put him to rest. I moved him on. Now, that kid could have lived forever, but he didn't seem to know what was going on. He knew he was dead somewhat. No one could see him. So, yeah, it's just he knew what was going on. So, that's one of it. That was a fun one. And just bear with me with the bugs tonight. Alright? So, what are the basic 5 stages? As first one are just plain out negative spirits. Those are stage 1. If you have a negative spirit in your home, you really don't want to keep it there. You kind of want to banish it. That can be done through cleansing with a sage. How you cleanse it, how you use the sage is the same thing as what you would do with a candle. You feed your intention into it. This can be through thoughts or spoken words. Simple as that. But I find the most effective spoken words work the most often, and but I will use half the time intention. So I'm the middle ground. Whatever's your preference. If you find it a lot smoother for intention, go right on ahead. Okay. So that was number 1. Number 2, I put a complex name, but really, if you break it down, these are just watchers. They're similar to negative spirits, actually, but they just watch you. Now, how can this be harmful to you? They're just watching you. Are they in level 1? No. Level 1 can be a poltergeist or a negative spirit, but a watcher that can also interact with you. You can see it's just gonna watch you. That's all it's gonna happen. It's gonna be like one of those film covers that goes like this. That's kind of what a watcher does. Because it just watches through you creepily. I remember this YouTuber. I love her content, honestly, and how she taught this in Banishing 101 of hers. I'll probably link that in the description, but as of right now, we're sticking to this. She even mentioned that these watchers will mentally harm you, whether you realize it or not. You could go overkill with the spirit, but you can't look at one and say, oh, that's a watcher. You gotta know how it feels, how it behaves. So her friend also dealt with it, but I'm not going to go into that. She tells a little bit more detail on her channel. I'll just keep going on from here. I don't remember this YouTuber right off bat, so you'll have to look down in the description for Banishing 101, 45 minutes. That's literally all it needs to take. 3. A harmful spirit. This comes close to the lines of evil spirit, but not yet. A harmful spirit is what starts to attack you. It can be a poltergeist manifestation, a PT. That's literally what it's called in short terms. PT manifestation, or PTM, as you would like to call it. Now, I have seen this true. There's some families that will, I won't name any particular, there's some that will just sit on their couch. I literally drew pictures of it, and they'll just sit in their own negative energy. Now, if you have a psychic medium or empathic at home, well, you're kind of screwed, because it feeds off of you. Whether you like to hear it or not, it's just how it's going to be. You can easily get rid of them. I forgot to list number 2, but it's similar. It can be cleansed with Sage and Palo Santo or Sigil Magic. With Sigil Magic, it's basically what you would call symbol magic. So take the pentagram, for example. It is used for a symbol for protection. The word pentagram just means 5-pointed star. That's all it means. Everyone knows the word, or you could use a pentacle, obviously, but a pentacle is referring to a 5-point star or in a circle. But just we're sticking to the basic pentagram. I'll show you pictures of what these are. No worries. And so I don't exactly expect you to remember these terms right away. I do expect you to take your time to learn these. And number 3, harmful spirit. Cleansing with the LBRP, the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram, and the LBRH, in the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Hexagram. And Sigil Magic, obviously. We're going to go a little bit more in depth onto that. I won't leave you up to a lot more research. I'll give you the basics of what it is. So the Lesser Banishing I have performed. I might record it on video someday. Just send me a comment if that's the case. Once again, these are being recorded ahead of time, and I'm limited on how long I can go. So let's get to the last 2 real quick, and then we'll go on there. A dark spirit can be banished with sigil, or deity, or an angel. That's all. Now, you can't fight dark with dark. That's what I want to explain. You can't fight dark with dark. I fought dark with dark before, but I'm higher up in this level. So I know which dark to go for. But you can't fight dark with dark, usually. If it's a demonic, you gotta figure out a way that's good and useful. No way around it. That would be a level 6 and up, though, if it's demonic. I'll go over that some other time. Probably more of a Yod thing, or just go as it goes. Okay, number 5, an evil spirit, which it's a middle class. So it uses candle magic. You can use to banish it. In a small banishing ritual. That's all you need. A banishing ritual would be my recommendation. I'll show you how to do one some other time. I'll create one for it. For this particular, I won't use it as my official one. I do have a book where I have rituals in it, but once again, yeah, that's really all I have. But rest you should go to an expert for. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few sigils. The pentagram with the elements. Know your elements on the pentagram. I recommend doing that first. That's a pentacle. Now these are runes. So find yourself some sigils. This could be your project for today. This is 1 day project. I would expect this after I post this in the next day. So go through, find a sigil protection. Already have mine. Have yours set. So like, share, follow, etc. and so forth. I'll see y'all next video.